Hey guys, how's it going? Smell Octopus here and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the Adamantite ore challenge. We're doing the Lady Luck one. It's going to be a very simple setup I'm going to use. Hopefully a lot of you guys have these kind of metals or close to it. But basically the only one you need is Hollowing Sora and some buff metals. So my Hollowing Sora has attack boost 2, 100% gilted, and chip and dale. So you don't have to chip and dale it, just chip it so it has over 7,500 attack. As you can see, these free metals are all the quest metals, only have 6,500, and that doesn't do enough to hit the higher mobs. You need at least over 7,000 or more to actually do any damage if you're not going to be using debuffs that take away defense from your enemies. So we're going to start from part 3 because part of 1 and part 2 can be finished with the same setup that I have on here. So I'm going to try to make this video a little quicker and easier. We're going to use a buff metal. If you have Illustrated Kari, Piglet, Vivi, Diz, just use a buff metal that you have. If you do have Kingdom Hearts 2 Kari, it helps a lot, but it's not necessary. It is a lot better for the last one, but if you at least get ×3 on your Keyblade by replacing her and put it in Vivi there with your Piglet or Pooh, and then you're going to have enough damage to complete the whole thing. My Captain Hook's not gilted. Like I said, 7,000 attack. Give it another 1,000 attack, that's 8,000. It's gonna do enough damage. So let's go right into this. What a friend metal you want to use a low cost AP that's AoE. So if you have a friend list that has Tav, then use that. If not, just use someone else's Hollowing Sora. It's gonna cost more SP, but just be more conservative with the way you go. I'm gonna kind of show you the run through to see if it helps out. So I'm gonna reset this. Go back in, see if I can find one of those tab metals. Sometimes on the bottom of the list, you'll see that people are not part of your party will show up down there, and they usually have stronger metals, because sometimes you get the top 200 players and their metals there, and you're like, oh right, I can use this. So on my list, this one always shows up. It's a tab metal, it's only 0 AP, AoE, and it does all the cleanup for me. Alright, so this is part 3. I'm going to show you how simple it is. There's only one enemy in here. You just go straight to him. Oh, we have a box here. That works. I don't need it, but 10 should be more than enough. Alright, so this one's gonna be really simple. We're gonna activate Piglet. So activate your buff metal, your 1 SP metal. Doesn't have to be Captain Hook, it could be anything you guys have. My Captain Hook is only a 1.7 multiplier, so it's not that strong, but it's enough to finish off because your Sora will do all the damage. Vivi's not necessary in this round. Activate your Sora. Attack boost 2 goes off, as you can see. Tons of damage. I put another Sora here because it's a lot easier to acquire. If you guys got a second one, I know it took a lot of farming, it was ridiculous, but you can use anything there, activate it, it has attack boost 1, it's not even chipped and it still did a lot of damage. And then your cleanup metal, which I prefer 0 AP because if you don't have a lot of gilted or attack boost 2s, you want to rely on your friend metal to have no SP on it. And tab metals, you can use it for any of the Adamantite quests. You can use all your SP, you'll probably hit 0 by the time you get to your friend metal, and that'll be finishing it all off, and you don't have to worry about it. Now the other way around, if you have a lot of 1 SP metals that do a lot of damage, then use those and use a heavy friend metal. That way you can clear as much as you can. But this setup is as basic as I could find in my inventory. Hopefully this helps you out. So that was part 3, no problem at all. I probably have to go do a quest to restore. 12 out of 16, we'll manage this. I'm going to show you another setup. Same idea. I'm not going to use the Aerith in it. It's just that Captain Hook is now on a 2.5 slot. If you can see at the end, he has a 2.5 multiplier. That makes a big difference. Upgrading your Keyblades is essential to do any of these. And I know you need the Adamantite ore to upgrade a Keyblade. That's why I would say focus on 1 Keyblade. I don't recommend the Lady Luck, the 3 Wishes, and Treasure Trove, because all these other Keyblades have a really high multiplier, and usually everyone only has 1 gilted metal. And this is how I passed everything, was by the Olympia, the 2.7 slot you see with Goofy there. I use that for my Illustrated Cloud, I use that for the Goofy, I use that for my Black Coat Mickey. None of those were gilted at the time. The only one that's gilted now is Goofy. Any red metal that had a lot of damage, I put chips on it and attack boost 2, put it on that slot, and I did tons of damage. Anything that was in my way, I got through. I actually cleared all these Adamantite ore challenges with the Olympia and the Treasure Trove. Not the Treasure Trove, sorry, the Divine Rose. I only went back when I got stronger metals to get the 3rd Mickey head, which wasn't too important. It's Aberboard avatar board points, which isn't that important. You want the ores. So if you have a Divine Rose or Olympia, use those ones instead with this setup right here. Your Sora in the end, Jack Skeleton, and 2 buff medals. I put Shadow there because my Jack and Sora are 100% gilted, and that's more than enough you need for any of these. So let's go back to using the Lady Luck. So with this setup, we're going to have Captain Hook in the end because of 2.5, Sora on the bottom with 1.9, and our buff medals. We got Shadow there for this one, so if you don't have Shadow, use Stitch. He'll do enough damage. Find your free tab medal or your friend medal that has less. It's not the same one. It doesn't have attack boost 2, has attack boost plus, which is actually really good too. And it shouldn't make a difference because your medals are strong enough. Your friend medal is just there for the cleanup. Sorry, my throat's a little off today. Okay, so first enemy, I'm not going to use my buff medal. I don't think it's necessary. Throw down your single attacker, which is mine is Shadow. Yours could be Stitch or anything else that costs 1 SP. That's single attack. You're going to go for a tap here. I don't think it's necessary to use the Sora. If you want to be safe, use Sora, but my Captain Hook's on a 2.5 multiplier with attack boost 2, more than enough, and then your cleanup medal. And it doesn't have attack boost 2 on this, so let's see how much damage it actually does. Look at that, more than enough. Just 1,000 chips on a non-attack boost 2 medal, and it did enough damage to clean up. So that's basically what your friend medal is for cleanup, if your medals are strong enough. If your medals are not strong enough, you use low gauge medals and a high gauge friend medal. And that should help you with all these Adamantite ore challenges. Same thing for this group, not gonna use that, not gonna use that. We are gonna use our Sora here. Sora will do more than enough damage, especially if attack boost 2 activates. As you can see, no attack boost 2, and it basically took away all the HP. Swipe with that, and activate your friend medal. Very easy, very simple. These Adamantite ore quests, you don't need a bunch of gilted medals, you don't need legendaries. They're all easy to do, and I'm gonna hopefully help most of you guys with this. If you don't have any of the medals I have here, let me know what you have and I'll give you a better setup. So same thing with this group, just activate your Sora. Hopefully you guys gilted him while he was out. Every time these events come out, abuse them. Keep doing that and nothing else until you have it at 90% or more gilted, and then you can continue anything else, because these medals are essential for anyone who's free to play and make a big difference. Let me make sure there's nothing else around. I don't think so. Alright, straight to the last guy. I could activate Piglet here, but honestly I don't think it's like necessary, but I'll show you how much damage this actually does. So we're gonna use Piglet. We're gonna swipe through all this and just use our Sora with Piglet. Attack boost 2. Look at that. You actually don't need anything else on your Keyblade. You can probably just, there you go. You don't even need your last 2 medals. Your buff and Sora can probably take out everything. The only reason I'm not recommend just using those 2, because that's 6 SP altogether. And because there's so many groups, you might run out of SP, especially if your Keyblade is not as upgraded as mine, which most likely it won't. This is why you guys are doing these challenges. So I recommend the 0 AP friend medal, a buff medal, and Sora. Anything else you have that you're going to put in the other 2 slots is something that has a lot of attack, and you just add another chip to make it 1,000 more and attack boost 2, and that medal will do a lot of damage. Any medal does a lot of damage as long as it has attack boost 2 and chips on it. So par 5, a little bit tougher, very simple. We're gonna ignore this guy, he's not important right now. Let's go back into our quests. Adamantite ore, and let's do the last one. As you can see, I don't have a Mickey head on the third one. That's because I used Divine Rose when I did this. It was a Long Rider with the Jack Skeleton and the Sora. But we're gonna use this setup again, or this setup. So if you guys can copy either of these setups, go right ahead and you're gonna be fine. So we're gonna go right in with this one, find our free tab medal or a low cost medal. There's not one there. Usually gotta reset this a couple times, but will find something if you keep your setting. Oh, I think I saw it. There we go. This one has an attack boost 2 on it. Okay. So hopefully I've explained this good and people will understand what I'm saying. If not, there's always a comment section and I will help you out. But here we go. You want to activate your buff medal. I do suggest activating your single target medal, which could be Stitch, or if you have a shadow like mine, go right ahead and use it. You don't have to use Eric, like I said, she's not essential, but if you do have a Rax medal, which I said I'm not going to use legendary for free to play, but if you have one, throw it in there. Or if you have Vivi or Diz to accompany your Pooh or Piglet, times 3 with this Sora should do more than enough damage. There you go, there's all the HP. I actually don't need my friend medal for this, but I'm gonna use it because it costs, I don't even have to use the friend medal. That is how powerful the right setup is. You don't have to spend money on this game, you don't have to have huge gilded medals. We're doing part 5 of Adamantite Ore Challenge right now, and I'm barely using anything fancy. So we can go all out with this. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what happens when you use times 2 from Piglet and times 2 for speed buff. So now I'm at times 2 and times 2, I'm gonna activate my Sora. Look at this, 18,000 per hit. Then I'm gonna use a 1 cost gauge. It has no boost on it. It's not gilded, I mean. And it still did lots of damage. Activate the tab medal, and you guys are gonna see you're gonna clean this up without a problem. Now I know the tab medal is legendary, but I'm pretty sure if you use a Halloween Sora there, it will clean it up too. Just get one of your friends to share their gilded Halloween Sora, or any gilded green medal they have. I honestly don't think it has to be gilded. Just put chips and attack boost 2 and share it, and you'll have no problem carrying all 3 of these. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I didn't do part 1 and 2 because this setup clears all 5 without a problem. Oh, I hope this helped you out. This is what I used. If you have a Divine Rose and you got Jack Skeleton and Sora, just use the Divine Rose. I'm gonna show you right now quickly again before we end this video. This is how I cleared it. Right here. You don't need 2 Jacks, it's not necessary. You can literally do buff metal, your Jack Skeleton that's gilded, and your Sora that's gilded. So if you do 2 times 3 buff, you don't have to use speed buff. If you do a Piglet and a Vivi, that's times 3, and just activate Sora and your Jack Skeleton, that will clear all of them too. And then the friend medal, very low cost friend medal, 1 SP or 0 SP. And you guys will clear all of this without any trouble. I know I said that a lot, but it's true. If you guys enjoy this, let me know. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you want to see more. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.